Time for more Donkey Kong Bananza. Hello everyone, it's SK95. Welcome back to more, you guessed it, Donkey Kong Bananza. Last time, we managed to get down into the under layer of the canyon layer, allowing us to finish all of it entirely below us. This time though, we have some more ground to cover here on this layer, but before that, I realized I forgot something back when I was down in the bottom layer, so I completely forgot. There was a banana that I did miss, and there's also a fossil I missed. Hey, no! Blasted leaf fossil. Always does that when I don't want it to. In order to get this fossil, though, you're gonna have to make a backtrack downward all the way. And then you have to head back into the Bananium Refinery Gravel Storage, which is where you first entered the actual layer, when you were at the very bottom. You have to do this in order to get to the actual thing itself. Now, the actual mixer's location, ironically enough, has a banana hiding. Of course it does. If you don't get this banana, you're basically gonna walk out without it. It's a parting gift after all. Now, this is pretty much the only thing I've missed in this layer when it comes down to bananas I've missed. Outright speaking, I will be trying to get all of them as well, so we're not exactly too concerned by it. Back up to where we were at before. Let's head back up and get all the way over here.
Should we teal up?
Like I said, back up to where we were at before. As you can see, we have a lot of bananas done. In fact, we can actually check the bananas how we have right now. And I am missing at least 10. But that's on top layer, which actually makes sense, because the top layer usually has more bananas left. Now, I will be going back around to actually get more bananas. 75 I'm also missing, but 75 is a banana that I usually forget about because it's usually like that for me, unfortunately. So, besides that, though, I think I'm going to go ahead and get to the part that we need to get to versus where we need to get to. And then once I'm done with all that, I'll go after the bananas I missed. Hey, stomp. Go away. Ah, Stomperoids. Hey, I gotcha. Bye-bye, sucker. He's dead. He's gone, Jim. He's gone. Now then, another Stomperoid. Although, we can trick it. Whoop. Hello. Really? Okay, you know what? If you're gonna be this stubborn, fine. You know what? You know what? I'm just gonna do this. Bye, have a great time.
Nice one.
And now it's dead, and I can finally move on with my life. Now go back here, you can actually get yourself some apples, which I guess are pretty good. But more importantly, you actually want to head below, because there's actually fossils down here that you want to grab. I hate when that happens. We're missing only 3 more leaf fossils left to go, and we're pretty much done fossils hunting in this area. Not bad, all things considered. Now then, we just need to climb back all the way up, or rather, easy strategy, cannon! Yep, the cannon takes you all the way back if you fall all the way to the bottom. Now let's leave. Whoop, and this thing turns. So let's drop down here, press these open, get 2 extra balloons. Very good. Very, very good. Now, this area is a lot more climbing. Just make sure you don't climb on the wrong surface, and you'll be good to go. Now, ironically enough, you actually don't want to head up here. You want to be down below a little bit. So first, let's do this, dig downward, and then go down this way to the door. Doing so allows you to get a trilobite fossil, which, of course, is a rare fossil. Let's head back on here and just wait until this thing moves. And all good to go. Now, a lot of this area has a lot of bait. For example, you want to punch through this, and actually you want to punch through this, and as well as punch this so you can get the leaf fossil. But more importantly, behind there is a banana. Behind the moving walls is done. That one's out of the way, and we have a bit more bananas left to go. And let's just keep punching through this. All done here. That one's all done. However, as you see, there is a booby trap up there. We need to do something that's unique. Got it. All right, you just need to do that in order to get up here. For another banana. Above the moving walls is done, and we get another skill point. 1 point left. However, we can't use it because, of course, only 1 point. So let's ignore it for now and go over our merry way we need to get to, as well as get another balloon. Good one indeed. And climb all the way up. Wait for it a little bit. Go left to get some extra chips if you want them. However, head right. Then head down instead and then drop off. At the end of this pathway...
A banana!
Another banana. As you can see, there's a lot of bananas hidden around this area. Now, if you know fully well, you can actually trick this out. Get yourself over to a side area, which actually contains a getaway. This is the last getaway of the area. Which actually is pretty good because that maxes out the entire thing. 11 getaways dealt, and we're all done with that. There's a banana actually hidden in the back of this one. Hanging from the crane. Because there's a banana there, I'm always suspicious, thinking, oh, there's definitely a fossil around here. Sadly, for me, no fossil. However, there's something we can raid over here. A guide from Sturdy Rope from your friendly Fractones. You there, take a look around. Did you happen to notice that you're standing on a platform that hangs precariously from a crane? Perhaps you didn't. That's because the very platform your life depends on is totally sturdy even at this great height. So thanks to the Fractone-made Sturdy Rope, the latest invention in high altitude and construction material. Sturdy Rope, because a safe, stable workplace is a happy workplace. Patent pending. All right, that's actually pretty good. Now, with that out of the way, let's actually go on forward. As you see, where are these dupes? This. Hey, come here. Bye, have a great time. Now, you can throw these, and it actually does break them. If you keep breaking their head... Oh, shoot. Oh, that sucks. Well, that sucks. I gotta climb back all the way up. Usually that happens a lot. There is a way to trick yourself out, though. If you actually take the time to grab a piece... All right, fine, game. If you really wanted me to get that out of the way, fine, my guest. You can actually grab onto this and then wait a little bit to climb all the way up. Really easy to get to. And this actually gets you a rope that you need to climb all the way to the top. A lot of the game's sandbox mechanics actually makes things so much more convenient than you may appear to be. Especially when you want to climb to areas you couldn't reach before or trick out. Climb on this wall. If you really want to take care of the guy, you can if you want, but there's no reason to do it. Let's actually wait until he decides to end himself. Okay. Well, all three of them are here. Yeah. I'm just gonna go on my merry way back up to the top. Why don't I? Yep. Maybe I pretend I never went down there again and pretend that never happened. All right, now you want to wait a little bit on rotations because this is concrete. So yeah, concrete rotation does suck when you first encounter it. However, wait a little bit, just a little bit, because one rotation is actually quite important for you. You want to wait for this rotation and then activate Kong Bonanza. Punch this all the way open to get yourself a leaf fossil. Now you may be thinking, oh, this seems a little bit suspicious, right? Well, not so, because guess what? Dig under it, all the way to the bottom. Actually, I'm thinking of a different one. You can dig all the way to this one if you want to, but I think there's another one that's actually around the area. Now head this way. As you see, more chests. Now, when it comes to fossils, and originally when I grew up a lot, so fossil hunting was something back when I did it as a kid. To be honest, we've all done it as a kid. Anyway, construction development and another one of these constructions for a battle arena. Let's go open this up. Construction complete. Thank you very much. And now I will dig into this construction. Battle face on. Oh, great. Stompedoids. Stompedoid. 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 Bye. Have a great time. And it's all dead. All right, so we're all done with that, and we can leave. Thorn, not a Thorn knockout. Ooh. And landing. All that done, we were at the top, and we pretty much can be done with all the things we need, and we also get the last fossil over here. Since we got the last fossil for the area, for regular fossils, in fact, let's go dig this up. Let's get this one out of the way, and you want to actually punch these because these are boom bombs. Really simple to get. Now, I recommend keeping one of these with you. Not to destroy the terrain up there. Oh, no. You can if you want to. However, this one is a little more suspicious. This crane is holding concrete. Now, you want to bash it downward. A banana? Banana, crane's precious cargo. Yeah, the crane was heading the precious cargo of a banana. Okay, game. Okay, funny. Okay, I missed a joke. Now, with all that out of the way and done, we pretty much got to the top of it again, and we actually managed to get ourselves all the things we need, including all the amount of fossils for regular fossils we needed. However, the only things we have left are rare fossils that are pretty much only 2 left. However, I think it's better off that we go up back to the town itself at the bottom and try to get the last of the bananas we were missing, because that's actually pretty good for the end of it. There is still a triple banana at the end of it, of course, what we all know about. So we can get that one afterwards. We're done with this. Now, go to the style shop. Let's go get the style shop out of the way. Yes, I would like to have this energy tie and upgrade the tie to maximum. I'm going to also get stylish clothing, as well as more furs. Get up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. That done, and we're missing one. Let's get this next pants, and we're all done with the regular fossils. Now we have rare fossils left. All the rare fossils do is upgrade the amount of level points, nothing else. So yeah, there's that. You can actually get away with it. However, the level 1 gear usually has the better option when it comes to the amount of gear you need. And fashion is all done. We're pretty much done with all the fashion we need. Now let's go get the last of the fossils and the last of the bananas. Let's go buy some maps. The map in question, actually, as soon as you get one map out of the way, you pretty much only have a few things left to go. So let's go get the man energy map and see what we need for this one. Let's buy as many as we possibly can, and I think I know where the last few are, though. That was only 3 bananas that we're missing, so let's go and get this one out of the way. There's only 3 maps we need, and this map is done, and let's check the singing and hold treasure for music. The bananas we are missing are actually back in the top layer and an area we've been to before. Yeah, that happens a lot. Ironically enough, I usually do this sometimes, but it's something I've had trouble with when I'm growing up, so back to this big stretch peak first. Now, I try not to buy the maps unless I have to, but some of them I don't have much of a choice on. So we're just gonna go for what we need to do. Honestly, this one I missed outright like a moron. Seriously, how did I miss this one of all things? Cryo bite, it's out of the way, and now it's thing again and find the banana, which is literally right here. I don't know how I missed this one. Banana up the nose. Skill point once again, and we can upgrade our skill points once again. I'm gonna upgrade my HP a little bit. We've seen too many people do no HP runs, so kind of boring, honestly. I don't like no HP runs. They're kind of boring to me, honestly. Like, I know 3-heart runs, I know everything like that. Honestly speaking, depends on the situation. I'm a 100%er, so I typically don't like those type of things. If you can, if you want to, as sort of a challenge for you, honestly, I wouldn't complain. But I don't generally prefer it. Next banana over here. It's inside the wall, unfortunately. Edible earring. Yep, you're basically finding some more random bananas. Now, the last fossil, ironically enough, I actually did not worry about. And last banana I don't have to worry about because all I have to do is go back to the smokestack roof. All right, all that done. Let's head back to the bottom once again, and let's see where it is. The banana in question that dialed hard for me is actually up here. Or rather, it would be, because it's right here. I don't know why. I missed this one and it passed me by. I completely forgot. a giraffe spot. And that's all the bananas on the layer. We're pretty much on all the bananas there. All I'm missing is one more. The one last banana, though, is a boss banana. So, go and head up here to the max smokestack so we don't have to worry about climbing all the way up again. And then, let us actually go up. Now, you can go up this normally, or there's a fossil up there. Now, activate Kong Bananza to climb up. There we go. Done all there. Boom, boom, boom. Banana! Ooh! And all done with that, so let's head to the next level. And see what's stomping around. Here we go! Boom. Clank, clank, smokestack. Banana. That banana's done. This is the last banana for the actual area. Another skill point has been added to us. However, we don't need any more of that. And this is actually the last location of another one of the getaways. With that one done, this last getaway is now placed. 12 getaways are in this layer. Comfort level 5. Not all that concerned. Big fight.
Ready?
Yes, we are. But first, before we go there, Pauline, of course, there is another one of these special variations of the actual tablets. Let's talk to it. Saga of the Explorer Toad, verse 3. We met some creatures here unlike any we have ever seen before. They had long necks of a distinctive tapered pattern. Their bodies were flexible and fur-colored. We observed them experimenting on bananium gems to process them as an energy source. They hope to build the underground world's greatest refinery someday. They have great ambition. They dream of a day in which their long necks rise above the crowded throngs of history. It is time for us to head to the next sinkhole. What sort of creatures will we meet further down? I'm having a tickle in my throat, and trying to speak in like weird tones it makes this hard for me. Then again, I've recorded like 3 times today. Alright, whatever. I don't really concern myself with it. Now, with all that done, we could go and heal, but I think we're fine. Anyway, time for the battle ahead. Here we go! The Stompenclomper, the boss of the canyon layer. The mixer was a big problem, but this one's even worse. Push his legs, and then it will fall to the ground like any other stomper. Bash it, and then it'll reveal its body inside, revealing the heart within. However, unlike the rest of them, that goes into phases. You cannot knock this thing out in one go. Next one has concrete and one foot being regular. Attack the regular foot if you're not in Kong Bananza, but attack the other foot if you're in Kong Bananza. Pretty much that's the main thing you want to deal with this boss. Honestly, a lot of the bosses in Bananza are a complete joke. Watch. See? Jeez, boy, Kong, you are stripped for getting good bosses. Alright, not knocking the bosses out, right speaking. The bosses are fun and just mindless chaos, and I love that. And now it's unconscious. Ooh. Banana! All done. And it's all done here. On to the next layer. Like last time, if you have any last minute shopping to do, you can do so now. We actually do have only one more last minute shopping. We only need to do is upgrade the next Canyon Getty outfits, and now we're all done with the fossils in this layer. We can change our outfit if we so wish. Let's actually do that and get ahead of it, because we're gonna need to. Now then, outright speaking, when it comes to outfits in the next layer, Banana Energy Tie will stay good because it's actually very powerful. All natural fur. We can change our fur to the new colors we got access to. Fur color is actually required for certain bananas in the game. However, that's end game. Do not worry about them. And wearing the standard britches for too much, I think it's better off if we just change our next britches, the traction britches.
Perfect.
The traction britches have actually similar to a giraffe, so let's make sure the Giddy Up 3 is available. Does not matter which one you have, each one of them still has the same effect, it just matters of what you want. The gold Giddy Up pretty much is the gold variation, while this one is just a Giddy Up Canyon. Or pretty much goes to go on a merry way though. It depends on what you want to style yourselves personally, if that makes any sense so far. And with all that done, we can finally head down below the next sinkhole. Here we go! Now try dive again!
I think I know why Boyd and his crew are stealing the bananas. A fractone back there told me they're melting down the bananas and using them for energy. Apparently, that big machine they're riding around in needs tons of energy to dig through the planet. Those thieves are gonna steal every last banana from the underground world. Can't let them do that, DK.
Diving down below, deeper underground. We still have more to go. Who knows at the very end of this hole? Next layer, the divide, is a layer that has two paths. One is cold, the other, a humid jungle. Dive down to the bottom and get the divide entrance banana. Stomp the Stompenclomper. Another skill point has been added to us. We have 2 again, and we can increase our punching power soon. However, we have to wait a little bit more point. With that done, though, I think before we do it, I think we'll end this off right here. Next time on Donkey Kong Bonanza, we will be checking out the divide, getting the bananas here, and then making our decision of what pathway we should go to. See you all next time.